Right, so here's the demo for Atlas. It loads into the splash screen over here, and then leads to this menu over here where you could either sign in or start the demo version of the app. Right now, I'm going to launch the demo version for an ideal look at what this app could perform like. And it starts off with this visualization system for your quests. So the gamification aspect of this is agentic based. So it's tailored to the user's performance and errors. And that way it generates this entire path of progression of studying. And it's sequential, so you grow as you work. And you can explore it further through Exa AI. So whatever errors and suggestions that are provided that are available, they can be linked to some sort of resource that Exa AI found. So for example, if I'm clicking on this platform right here, I can actually open up a resource that Exa AI found. Now, Exa AI doesn't always find working resources. That's entirely due to Exa AI, but on some off chances, you actually do end up with working resources like this, for example. Then, moreover, if we scroll down, there's a little wizard guardian over here that tells the student about which task to work on first. So this happens to be the top priority right now. And in the demo, if we move next, there's the assignments tab. So it's all of the assignments that you have due and the teacher, because there's two components to this program. You could either register as a teacher or a student. So when the student is assigned an assignment from the teacher, it should show up in my assignments. That could either be due, like for example, this one isn't completed yet, so I would have to submit it. But the ones that have been submitted, like for example, you can see that the demo data here says that it's been graded. And there's also progression over here. So this is the gamification aspect of it. And that's tied in with an agentic workflow in the sense that the achievements that you earn, they are actually generated on the basis of the achievements that you have and the shortcomings that you've had and you've had to overcome. So it's not predetermined. The achievements are also generated as you go. So that's where the agentic part comes in. And it also has to do with an agent running constantly that intervenes in a student's study progression if it senses that the student is getting stuck and is losing momentum in their study progression. So the loss of momentum is basically a metric in which it's measured that the student is not performing so well. That could be either by missing assignments, not scoring too well, or just a general not so decent understanding of the content that they are absorbing. And there's also a study plan generator. So according to the shortcomings, it also would generate a study plan. And there's also a last option over here, and that allows the student to opt for an AI teacher in the event that no teacher is available. This way, the student can get their own preference of assignments generated if they feel like they're lacking somewhere. So, for example, discrete structures, if someone wants to study that, they could just put that here, so on and so forth. Obviously, this won't work too well because this is the demo version, but there is also the full version that has been worked on and is mostly functional. Right, so here I'm actually logging in. So this isn't the demo version. This is the actual app. So now it's running. And after the splash screen, we are in. And this is actually the progression of some assignments that I submitted and had generated. So you can see the progression is way longer up till the top, and I can actually pan over and maybe zoom in if I'd like to see where exactly I am. It's quite an engaging experience. Moreover, if a student is not paying attention, so say it's been a minute, you could actually adjust the threshold here. The quest over here will actually start bouncing around to grab the attention of the student. and also assignments over here. So I actually submitted some of these, and I could also do it in front of you. So yeah, and there's also progression, an upload tab where you can upload your assignment. And once you submit it, it could be graded through AI. And there's also the achievements tab, as we discussed earlier. And there's also the agent tab over here that shows the different states of the agent throughout, and it stores the history of how that agent has changed its state according to how the student has been performing to identify which area the student falls into, whether the student needs skill support or if the student is healthy or is stuck, so on and so forth. Study plan has been discussed before as well. AI teacher, as you'll see over here, I can actually go into generating assignments here. So for example, data structures. And if you see over here now, I can actually generate it and it should come up with an assignment. Right, so as you'll see here, the data structures has been generated and I can just start it and I can start answering it. And as I answer, I go through, and I'm done. And it gives me my grade, right? So I scored 40%. And on the basis of that, it'll determine if I actually need a quest to get better at this area. So as you'll see over here, there is a new item available, the top priority. That's the data structures assignment. I also was working on idioms previously. So that also got coupled into this area over here because there's a two-shot mechanism over here. So it's also when you submit an assignment, but also if you just visit the quest page, it also takes into account what were you last studying. So it's a two-sided effort and it's completely agentic in this manner. And this is essentially the working principle of the main innovative part of this entire project is that you make gamification agentic so that the resources and the learning is more tailored to the student rather than deterministic. Thank you.